This is Rivka with Treasures of Glory. I'll be sharing about the follow-up appointments for Treasured Wellness 365 consultations. If you missed the video about quantum clearing for the first Treasured Wellness 365 consultation, you can watch that video for more detailed information. The link is in the description box below for the introduction. Today I'm going to talk about the importance of muscle testing inhalants, items that are breathed into the body. After the first time appointment to clear the body of quantum toxins and pathogens, it's important to make sure that products are not causing hormone or neurotransmitter disruption or causing system disruption. My focus is on the whole body, spirit, soul, and body. This topic today addresses the wellness of the human body. It is written in 1 Thessalonians 5:23-24. Now may the God of peace himself sanctify you completely, and may your whole spirit, soul, and body be preserved blameless at the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. He who calls you is faithful, who will also do it. If you're interested in resources for ministering to the human spirit or soul, please visit my website, treasuresofglory.com. A link is in the description box below. Disclaimer, nothing that is said in this video or on the Treasures of Glory website or in any Treasured Wellness 365 consultations meant to diagnose, treat, prevent, or cure any disease. Anything said in this video, on the website, or in any consultation is not to be taken as medical or mental advice. Always seek the advice of a medical professional for any health or mental questions or concerns you may have. Do not stop taking any prescriptions without consulting your physician, and never take what is said here over the advice of a medical professional. Product testing. It is important to test products and supplements. Many products test detrimental to the body, which may cause hormone or neurotransmitter disruption or system disruption. Detrimental products may make a person feel sick. Detrimental products may keep a person from getting well. And also, a person may feel worse after the first appointment if using products that are detrimental to the body. So what types of products and supplements are recommended for testing? Products that you take by mouth or put in your mouth, which are ingestants, such as vitamins, herbs, protein drinks, toothpaste, toothbrushes, mouthwash, dental floss, etc. That was in a previous video. The link to that is in the description box below, as well as a previous video for products that come into contact with your skin that are contactants, such as shampoo, deodorant, lotion, dish soap, hand soap, laundry detergent, feminine products, household cleaners, etc. And also, what's important to product test, products that you breathe into your body that are inhalants, such as air fresheners, candles, essential oils, perfumes, etc. We're going to be talking about that today. So how are products tested? One, you can have the products with you at the appointment. Two, you can take a photo of about 5 to 10 products in each picture and email them to me the day before the appointment. You can send multiple pictures if needed. These products must be products that you have touched. In other words, pictures of products from the internet of a product that you haven't used or touched cannot be used in product testing. So here is an example of taking a picture of products that you can send to me, products that are some of them that we want to test if you have any candles or any air fresheners, anything like that. Also, I have some essential oils here. I have some cedarwood from Young Living, this orange sweet from Plant Therapy. There's a rosemary from doTERRA, and then also frankincense from Plant Therapy. So these three definitely test well. These three different brands. And I just have the diffuser back there as an example of something for these inhalants. Okay, so I'm going to be talking today with my business partner, April. Hi, April. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Rivka. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you back.
I'm excited to be here and help to share some information on some products that could be safe inhalants.
Yes, absolutely. So I am a Shackley independent distributor. So with April is my business partner. Those of you who've listened to him before, you're familiar with April. And we are going to talk about some of the things that Shackley does for their products. Particularly today, we're going to talk about the cleaning line. And what I'd like you to be able to come away with this is to see how Shackley does this, and also how you can be thinking about your cleaning products that you do have in your in your cabinets and the things that you use on a day-to-day basis. If you would like to purchase Shaklee products from me, my Shaklee website link is in the description box below. So, April, can you talk to us about the Get Clean line and what does it mean when Shaklee uses earth-friendly products?
Absolutely. Well, this is a picture of the Get Clean line, like Rivka said. So our Get Clean line is a whole line of cleaning products for your home, including for your kitchen, for your laundry, and your all-purpose cleaning. So we believe that they are always safe, should always work, and always be green. So Dr. Shaklee was about harnessing nature for your health. And if you're going to take from nature, it's about treading lightly on nature. So not only are these cleaning products safe for you, but also safe for the environment. So they're not going to be harmful to you, your family, or the environment. So we use sustainable ingredients from natural sources. They're biodegradable surfactants. You can recycle them. Laundry products that you come in contact with can sometimes be really irritating. So the dryer sheets that we have are actually vegetable based, and you can throw your dryer sheets in the recycling bin. Most dryer sheets will never break down in the landfill, and they can be extremely toxic to yourself and also the wildlife. So we have dryer sheets that don't have a smell to them, but they will definitely keep your clothes and your towels from sticking together. We don't use chlorine bleach, phosphates, no VOCs, which obviously is really important when it comes to inhalants. And we also don't test on animals. So we believed that, right, that oftentimes I'll tell people, like, they're like, oh, I would like my home to, like, I feel like it's clean when it smells like bleach. And I tell people, honestly, real clean, right, it shouldn't have a smell. It shouldn't have a smell with it. And you shouldn't have to worry about ventilating your areas when you're trying to make it clean for your family. I don't think that you should have to compromise your lungs when you're trying to clean your house.
I like that, April. That's really good. No, we shouldn't have to compromise our physical body when we need to clean.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely. Okay, so Shaklee, we have non-toxic and natural cleaning choices. And so can you talk to us about some of these harmful ingredients that are in a lot of cleaning supplies?
Yeah, exactly. So what you want to look at your cleaning supplies is that they don't include a lot of these things. I mean, especially for kids and adults that might be suffering from asthma, a lot of these things can be extremely irritating to them. And I know a lot of people even use natural products like vinegar to clean with, which I see no problems with that at all. But some people are even sensitive to the smell of vinegar. So with the Get Clean products, you don't have any of those smells at all. And so many of these things, I know we're talking about inhalants in this particular one, but we talked about contactants as well. And these types of things can be so irritating to not just your airways, but as well as your skin.
Yes, and some of these are things like ammonia, formaldehyde, the chlorine bleach, phosphoric acid, there's petroleum distillates, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, lye, cresol, phenol, kerosene. So these are some of the things that that are really harmful if inhaled.
Absolutely.
So Shaklee doesn't have these. If you want to get some Shaklee products, if you're looking for some other products, these are the things so that you're going to want to make sure that you don't have in your cleaning supplies.
And you know, it's interesting, Rivka, when it talked about the VOCs, I know so many of us, like I was just doing some home renovations, and we looked for things that were low VOCs, right? The things that you can breathe in, like the really strong smells. So I think it's interesting when people, look for paint products, or when they're might be doing home improvement projects, a lot of things on the market are low VOCs now in terms of paints, and that's what a lot of people look for. But I don't think people think of it as much when it's their cleaning products. And you are using cleaning products so much more than when you're not repainting your house each week, probably.
Right.
So the things that you use literally come into contact with every single day. It's so important to look for low VOCs and those types of things.
Absolutely. So with the basic H, there is some organic super cleaning concentrate. What is basic H and what is good to know about this? As far as also like we talked about it a little bit as a contactant. Also with as an inhalant, how is this good as an inhalant? Obviously it doesn't have the VOCs and the other things in it. Share a little bit about this with us, please.
Absolutely. So Basic H2 is a organic cleaner. It's an all-purpose cleaner. It's highly concentrated in its bottle. So just one 16-ounce bottle of the Basic H can get you over 5,000 bottles compared to Windex. So you can use this for so many different things, and it's so concentrated. So for example, you can use it as an all-purpose cleaner, as a window cleaner, and as a degreaser. You just mix it in different quantities with water in your bottle. So Shackley is about you adding the water, so then there's less waste in the landfill as well. It's got the same pH as your skin, so as a contactant, it's not irritating at all, and there's no smell to it either. So if you wanted to make up an all-purpose cleaning bottle, you would just add a little bit to a 16-ounce bottle of water, and you would have no smell. So this is awesome if you, when your kids are little, they like to help you clean. Not so much when they get to be teenagers, but when my kids were little, they loved to help me clean. So I could just hand them this bottle and say, have at it with the windows. Also for animals, right? Like we clean our windows, and I know like my animals go up to the windows all the time and have nose prints on the windows. Well, if you cleaned that with something like a Windex or something like that, that can be toxic to your animal. So this is just nice to have and not have to worry about, even if your animal licks your windows or your floors or anything like that. Your children play on those things, you don't have to worry about it. So this is an official Earth Day product as well. It's one of the very first products, cleaning products that Dr. Shackley created. So it's been around for a very long time. Like I said, this one bottle will last you a very, very long time, and you don't have to worry about inhaling any harmful fumes with this at all.
Well, that's great. Thank you. It's so good to be able to know what the choices are out there. Really good to have information on being an informed consumer, because we really do want to take care of our body the best of our ability. So it's nice to be able to see that Shackley is one of the leading companies on this. And so that's really, really amazing information. And I
Also,
wanted,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
go ahead.
if you would want to too, I know some people are like, well, I do just like a little bit of a smell. I do know some people, and be certain to what essential oil you might be using, that it's not a harmful one. And that you can use it on whatever surface you're spraying it on. But I know some people like to put like either a drop of lavender or lemon oil, something like that within the Basic H. It's not going to harm the product itself. So if you want, a natural type of inhalant that tests well as well in terms of an essential oil, it's not going to harm the product if someone wanted to add that to it.
Well, that's really good to know. I know that as we do a lot of the clean products, and I need to do a lot of things that don't have a lot of scents, and it changes the air smell inside, and sometimes I really want to have my air smelling fresher, and so that's a really good point with that. Thank you, April.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And, I'm going to talk a little bit about the benefits of plants as the benefits of plants as air purifiers. Part of that is because as I have reduced the smells and the scents, because of the sensitivity to it, but also because it's detrimental to the body, I want to have things smell fresher inside. And a lot of times a diffuser for essential oil doesn't really help a certain level of it. Or so anyway, I was just looking into plants recently, and about 6 to 8 months ago. I bought several of them, and I've really noticed a difference. And I wanted to talk about them. Plants, benefits of plants, they can be air purifiers, and I'm going to go more in depth of that at the next slide. But it's also good for allergy relief. So rooms with plants have less dust and mold than rooms that don't have plants. And I've also noticed a major decrease in dust since I added plants into my home. And it seems like for some reason it gets really dusty here. And after I got the plants in, I noticed I don't know, at least a 50, well, maybe even more than that, because it would be so dusty every week when I would dust. Now I can go, I try to dust every week, but if I don't, if I go 2 or 3 weeks now, it might be the same dust level as it was before without dusting for 1 week without the plants. So that makes a big difference. So if you're, sensitive to dust, then you might want to add some plants in there, or the allergy relief too. And also what happens is the leaves and other parts of the plant, they act like natural filters to catch the allergens and other airborne particles. There are certain low light houseplants like Chinese evergreen or peace lily that work great for this. And then if you do have allergies and you want it for allergy relief, then you'll want to avoid plants with pollen or spores. And also plants increases the oxygen in the air. It's a really important thing because they take in the carbon dioxide and they put out the oxygen. Plants are also good at lifting the mood. They also promote restful sleep. And they can do this by increasing the oxygen in the air. And they also promote natural stress relief. And plants have a calming effect on people. One of the things that I noticed about my plants that helps with the air smelling fresher, I like to cook with a lot of onions and garlic. And I like it while I'm cooking. I like the smell. But when I was having a hard time getting the smell out of the house, because I wasn't using air fresheners or different things. So one of the things that I noticed with the plants is it really helps reduce that smell of the onion and garlic. So I was pretty happy to find that out. I don't know if that helps for everybody, but it noticed it with my situation.
Isn't it funny how things can smell so good when you're cooking them, and then like when you're done with your meal, you don't want it there anymore?
Exactly. And onions don't smell all that great long time into it. Here are some examples of air purifying plants. And April mentioned this a little bit before. With as far as removing the toxins from things in the environment, things like carpets, paint, cleaners, printer toners, inks, and indoor objects can give off pollutants called the VOCs, the volatile organic compounds. They can also build up in the air and irritate eyes and skin and worsen asthma, make it difficult to breathe. And one of the things that house plants are able to soak up these VOCs. So example here, we have aloe vera. Aloe vera is a really good air cleaning plant. I'm sorry, not house cleaner. Wouldn't it be nice if aloe vera could actually clean your house for us?
I have them all over.
Exactly. Aloe vera is also a very easy to grow plant. So in addition to just having the healing components, it also helps to remove benzene from the air. And benzene is something that is in a lot of household cleaners. Another good plant is a Boston fern because it can help remove formaldehyde from the air. And Chinese evergreens removes a number of household toxins. And you can see I have two next to the picture here on the right. Those are two. I have two Chinese evergreens from some other ones, and they're really easy to grow. They don't require a lot of water, and they do well in low light. So this is after me having them for several months, and so I'm pretty pleased because I wasn't known for being the greatest plant person. So I'm pretty excited to have some easy to care for plants, and they're doing a really good job, and it's low light in where I'm living. So I'm just really excited to have plants that have been alive for several months and looking super good still. The Chinese evergreens they can help rid your home of a number of air pollutants. And I thought this was interesting about them. The longer you have the plant, the more toxins they will remove. Also, an English ivy is good. It reduces airborne fecal matter, which is really good if you have household pets. It also absorbs benzene and formaldehyde. And formaldehyde is often an ingredient in household cleaning products, also furniture or carpet treatments. And a peace lily can improve the air quality by 60%. They reduce the levels of mold spores that grow in the home. They absorb spores through their leaves and circulating them to their roots to be used as food. Peace lilies are helpful to use in bathrooms as they can keep the shower tiles and curtains free from mildew. They can also absorb harmful vapors from alcohol and acetone. I have a peace lily and it's very easy to grow. My problem with it was that it took me about a year before I bought it fertilizer. So that was my problem with it. And finally, I just went and got fertilizer and it started growing and it's doing really well. So I just wanted to give that example too of when they say that peace lilies are really easy to grow and they're hard to kill, I can testify to that one. And spider plants, they can remove up to 90% of toxins from indoor air in 2 days. And this is another easy to grow plant and doesn't require a lot of watering. And the leaves absorb mold or other allergens and can also absorb small traces of formaldehyde and carbon monoxide. So anyway, these are just some ideas here. You can do some more research on low light plants. If you need low light or air purifying plants, these are some that are recommended. There's a list that NASA put out that are approved air purifying plants, and there are more than what we're talking about today. And there are times, I admit, that every once in a while, my cleaning products, I just need a little bit more, and I do pull out the bleach. But one of the things that I've noticed that since I've gotten the plants, it doesn't bother me like it used to. So the plants really do help with that. And I only use bleach like once every couple of months instead of a lot more frequently if I need to. But I just want to let you see too, just that it really does help take out a lot of the stuff in the air. And prior to purchasing any new plants, please be sure to research them for toxicity if you have any children or pets. And so April, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you would like to talk to us about as far as inhalants go?
I just keep in mind, I know we had kind of mentioned this a little bit in the contactant video, which didn't necessarily apply per se, but keep in mind, you know when you're walking towards or near the aisle of the grocery store, when you're going to the cleaning product aisle or where the laundry detergent is, and just walking down that aisle, you are overwhelmed by all of those fumes. So just keep that in mind, that kind of how that's affecting your body when you walk down that aisle, and just having those types of things in your home.
Absolutely. Great reminder. Thank you so much, April.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you for joining us today. Appreciate having you on this podcast.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you everybody for joining. Please click the subscribe button below. Click the bell if you want to receive notifications for when new videos are posted. If you're ready to schedule an appointment, you can schedule an appointment by clicking the link in the description box below. If you would like to order Shaklee products, the link to my website is also in the description box. I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. Shalom.